guys, welcome back to our channel. This week I am 35 weeks pregnant. We are so close to the end and it really feels like it. Let me tell you, my belly, I just feel like it cannot grow anymore. Like if it grows more, I feel like it'll just explode or something. I feel super pregnant. I feel like I look like I'm super pregnant. At the very end of this video, I'll show you guys a little clip of my belly and kind of the changes in my body. So week 35 has been insane. Last week was kind of the first time that like a random person asked me if I was pregnant, but this week I've already had 2 people mention something about pregnancy. The first time that someone said something to me about being pregnant, I was at Tavis's basketball game and the bleachers didn't have actual steps, and so I was stepping up on the bleachers to walk up. And I was actually carrying things, and whenever I got back down, this older lady at the bottom, she's like, "You better be careful walking up and down those bleachers." I forget sometimes that I shouldn't do stuff like that. I mean, falling is really easy whenever you're pregnant. Apparently your balance is off or something. I mean, I felt totally fine climbing up the bleachers. The second time I was at an event for volleyball, a family's little girl, in the middle of mine and the mom's conversation, she says, "Are you having a baby?" And the mom just looks at her horrified. And I'm like, "Yes, I actually am." The mom's like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, I mean, there's definitely no denying it at all." And even at this event, it was so funny because it's like I just always feel like I need to explain that I'm pregnant. I don't know why. I guess I just don't want people to think I'm weird shaped or something. I don't know. I'm clearly pregnant. Like, my belly is huge. I kept mentioning at that event. Every person was like, "Duh, clearly you're pregnant." Another big change has been the movement. Oh my gosh, guys. Like, I can look down and see my whole belly just shifting and moving and like bulging in certain places.
They're cleaning free on my sleeve. Sorry. So, have you given any more thought to this season's music?
That's not even like the bad movement that I've felt. I mean, there have been times where I'm literally like, ugh. But I'll be honest with you guys. I mean, some people love it, but I'm literally just like, when's it gonna be over? Like, I'm so happy that he's moving and that he's able to move in there. But it's just the weirdest feeling. If you've never been pregnant before, the way I would explain it or describe it is like, what comes to mind is like right before you catch a cramp, like a Charlie's horse or something, and you kind of feel your muscle catch, and it's like this weird twitchy feeling. That's what it feels like to me. And so I'm just kind of like, I'm definitely not one of those moms that's like, "Oh, he's kicking, this is a great moment." At night especially, I'll feel him just in there. Like, I don't even know if this is possible, but sometimes it even feels like he's like flipping around in there or something. I'm sure that's not what's happening, but well, maybe it is. I don't know. There's been a ton of movement here recently. Like, a lot. If you watched our last video, you've seen that we pretty much have the baby room like almost totally ready to go. I still need a crib mattress, which I plan to get off of Amazon here in the next week or so. And we're gonna get a rocker thanks to some of my family members who donated to a little fund my mom started. We're pretty much good to go. We have a ton of diapers, we have a ton of clothes. I need to sit down and really think about what else we would need, but I feel like we're pretty much ready to go. I have to prepare all of my classes for a sub, and I started on that and I just could have had a breakdown because to think about every aspect of my job and like what I just know, and trying to figure out how to communicate that to someone who doesn't do my job is so hard and so much work, and I've been dreading it. I started, but I'm dreading starting again because it's so much work. I've had several students ask me how far along I am, and I'm like, I'm 8 months. Like, I'm pretty much right there where, you know, babies they'll start coming. They had this kind of realization of like, "Mrs. Lee, what happens if your water breaks while you're here in class?" And I'm like, this is gonna get real awkward, I guess. Like, we're gonna get real personal as a class. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I hope that is not what happens. And then I had a student the other day. Another teacher had a sub that was in the classroom that I was going in to teach. He looks at the sub and he's like, "Where's Mrs. Leek?" But I was in another part of the classroom. I'm like, "I'm here." And he's like, "Oh, Mrs. Leek, I thought you were already gone on paternity leave." I was cracking up because I was like, first of all, I'm literally standing here. I don't have a sub and I'm not gone. Secondly, it's not paternity leave. It will be super weird to leave my students, but I'm starting to just kind of like get to that point where I just want to be at home and like get everything ready and just mentally start preparing for all of this. One thing that I did want to mention is that I got a new audiobook, and it's called, I don't remember, I'm going to put a picture of it up here, but I got an audiobook. Obviously it comes as like an actual book too, but it's about motherhood pretty much from the start of pregnancy all the way into like actual parenthood. I haven't finished the book yet, but guys, like if you're a new mom or pregnant or planning to get pregnant, y'all have to listen to this book. It has been awesome for me. And it's crazy because I wish I would have known about it before I started this journey, because it just takes away all of those expectations that I kind of felt, which is why I started this YouTube channel, because I felt like there were all these expectations for how you should feel or how something should be. And the book just does a really good job of just saying like, no, like some people have that experience, but you might not, and this is why, and this is what this means. It also does a really great job of just kind of educating you on when you should be worried about like how you feel, or just like emotional and mental health kind of things, which I think is really not talked about enough. It's just awesome. You guys should read it or listen to it. It takes off some of the pressure that you might feel from this new experience. I will say I've made videos about this, about not feeling excited, but I'm getting pretty excited. I was in the baby room the other day and I was just like setting some things up, and I looked over at the little changing table that we have, and I just pictured myself just having that like quiet moment with a little baby. I mean, and all the moms laugh, like a quiet moment, haha. But of just having that moment of just me and him, and like, you know, just even something like changing his diaper. I don't know, I'm just like starting to finally be able to envision myself as a mom, and envision what that would even look like or feel like to just hold a little baby. And I'm actually getting really excited. He's gonna be mine. Like, I'm gonna have a son. That's just crazy to me. I'm like getting emotional. But anyway, I'm 35 weeks pregnant now, so clearly it's taken a long time, but I can finally see it a little bit. I can see it. So I'm getting really excited about that part too. I just miss just fitting in my clothes and wearing things comfortably, not having to time like when I'm gonna stop and tie my shoe, things like that, you know. I hope you guys are having a great week. If you haven't yet, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment if you want. Make sure you guys follow me on social media. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.